Well, I'm back from vacation, yeah, but I think I did pick up a little bit of sickness there. My sinuses have been really draining up. My voice is kind of nasally right now, but a promise is a promise, and I am going to do Monsters University and World War Z review today, and then hopefully by tomorrow I will do the Heat and White House Down, and hopefully not have any more vacation problems after this next week. So anyway, let's get started. Monsters University. You know, it's the prequel to Monsters, Inc. I loved Monsters, Inc. I mean, this is Pixar gold that we're talking about here, you know. And, you know, making a prequel, you know, it's just kind of one thing that really worried me, you know, it's a prequel. I mean, you know, because I don't want it to fall under, I didn't want this movie to kind of fall under, you know, Cars 2, where Cars 2 just kind of just plummeted into the ground somewhere and just, I mean, let's just face it, the movies weren't good. Cars 2 and Brave aren't exactly Pixar gold. Cars 2 was not that good. Brave was okay, but didn't live up to Pixar's, you know, those Pixar standards, you know. But Monsters University is surprisingly actually starting to pick itself back up. I mean, let's face it. I mean, after Toy Story 3, and you know, and then putting on these two movies, you know, it feels like I think Toy Story 3 was too much of the top of the peak for Pixar, and then they have to come up with all these other movies, you know, and it just makes it really hard. But Monsters University is starting to pick itself back up, you know, a little bit. Not by much, but just a little. Is it as good as Monsters, Inc.? No, it's not. But I can guarantee you, it's a great movie to watch. Kids will love it more. Kids will probably love this more than adults, but adults will probably dig into this movie, you know, in a sense. I personally love this movie. Reuniting Mike and Sully, you know, back together, and, you know, showing that they have conflicts, you know, and how, you know, how the whole story goes, the premise, you know. I mean, you already know what's going to happen, so to say, but, you know, yeah, that they're going to be great friends, you know, all that. But it's really nice to see how it all kind of comes to happen. This movie does that very, very well, you know. I love the story between Mike and Sully. They are the strongest characters in the movie. Definitely the strongest characters in the Monsters universe, you know. Aside, you know, they're just great. As far as there are some other characters in this movie. Some of them, you know, they're okay. You know, some of them are kind of weird. And there's some humor that plays in, you know. Some of it may not. It's all kind of just about, you know, different elements. A lot of good elements, some bad elements, you know. It's just the way movies are. That's how I express the way movies are. That's just me. I know I always say the typical thing. I know I said that for sure when I made my very first video, but oh, crap, I'm distracted. Sorry, I have ADHD. Anyway. No, I don't. Okay, anyway. But like I said, you know, there are characters that are good, you know, some that just don't really live up to those expectations. And then there are those good elements, and then there are those bad elements. And, you know, you kind of draw in there. But overall, in the end, Monsters University is a great and fun kids movie. Adults can probably dig this movie. I personally dig it. And I'm a teenager, and, you know, it's kind of hard for me to find good, you know, quality movies that make me feel like a kid again. This movie made me feel like a kid again to a sense, but no, it's not anywhere near Pixar gold like Monsters, Inc., Toy Story, Up, Walt, you know, all those movies, you know. But I give this movie an 8. It's definitely a great Pixar movie. It's starting to pick itself back up, you know, definitely compared to the last two movies, and hopefully, even with I know they're coming off with sequels to their other great movies, you know, but hopefully. Maybe even Finding Dory may be better than, you know, Monsters University is, you know, for like a prequel, sequel type, you know what I mean, right? You know, I'm sorry I sound nasally right now, you know, sickness, sinuses problems, you know. That's kind of my life during times where all the weeds grow and I hadn't mowed the yard in quite a while. Anyway, on to World War Z. Now, I honestly, okay, let me just say this, you know, when I first heard that this was going to be a movie, or this was in development, and the fact that Brad Pitt was going to star in this, I honestly, you know, kind of lost hope for, you know, Hollywood. I mean, just think about it. World War Z is a typical, you know, it's an unoriginal idea. I'm just saying, you know, zombie. We already have Walking Dead for that, you know, you don't need to make a zombie movie. But then I found out that it was based off a novel. No, I have not read the book. I really don't read books, I just watch the movies. That's how I get away with, you know, the Harry Potter series, you know, and stuff like that. But, you know, World War Z, honestly, this movie really took me by surprise. I mean, it's, you know, I honestly didn't think I would like this movie, but I actually kind of did. I mean, it's not necessarily, you know, what I would call, so to say, a good type movie. It's decent. It's a decent movie. It has moments, you know, I mean, you know, this ensemble, you know, in this movie, it definitely kind of reminds me of 2012. You know, we have like John Cusack and Amanda Peet, but no, you know, we're just like those actors didn't work together. But no, you know, you have Brad Pitt, which is really odd in a movie like this. I mean, Brad Pitt in a zombie movie, who knew? And then all these other cast members that honestly I don't know their names. You know, it's kind of like they don't really seem to work, but yet again they do work. I mean, really, you know, like, because the movie, it's not really an original movie. It's kind of unoriginal to me, but you know, it has some good elements, which does save the movie. It has its moments. It goes back and forth. You know, I mean, you know, it just kind of goes from one place to another. You know, if you don't know who the director is, I think it's Foster, how you say it, Mark Foster, whatever. He's done some movies in his time. Some movies good, some movies bad. I know he did try to do a James Bond movie. It didn't really work out. You ever seen Quantum of Solace? You don't need to see that movie. Just watch Skyfall or Casino Royale, you know. But my point is, you know, this guy, you know, Mark Foster, you know, he goes off in different directions, you know. He has different styles of way he make movies. He does different ideas. Some of his movies good, some of his movies bad. This movie is actually pretty decent for what it is, you know. I mean, definitely the scene where, like, you see all the zombies, you know, kind of climbing up that wall. I mean, you've seen it in the promos and trailer. You know, that's probably the best part of this movie. That's like one of the good elements that helped this make this movie look amazing. I really think that's what this movie really is. You know, it's just to kind of make audiences want to like this movie, like to see the fact, you know, that it looks, you know, cool, you know, something entertaining. Which, honestly, I don't usually get bought into that a lot, but honestly, I kind of bought into this movie, which made me give it a decent review. And like, so basically, I give this movie a 6. You know, I mean, this isn't really a movie for me. It's probably more of a movie for everyone else. For sure, everyone else is gonna like this movie. Everybody I've asked has said they like this movie. You know, but for sure, definitely, Monsters University was definitely the great movie to check out this past weekend. I would tell you to check it out this weekend, but you know, I missed a week, you know, because of vacation and all that. But I will be here tomorrow to review The Heat and White House Down. Okay, for sure. And if you want me to review any other movies, any movies at all, you know, just let me know in the comments below. Be sure to like, subscribe, to all your friends, you know, and hopefully I'll start to feel better, not, you know, just be sick, I guess you can say. I was going to say die, I don't want to die. But, you know, I just hope I don't get sick anymore. Hopefully I'll be better. Probably not by tomorrow, but, you know, hopefully another video that I do in the near future. I should be good by then. But until then, I will see you guys tomorrow. And be sure to subscribe and all that random crap. Allah.